Hello, my friends. Alex Limontes here. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Circle City Conversations. Thank you to our sponsor, Hearst Limontes, an Indiana law firm helping injured Hoosiers and their families for over 50 years. But before we get into this week's episode, I want to remind everyone that this Thursday, May 22nd, the Indianapolis Bar Association will be having their annual block party sponsored by Hearst Limontes. It'll be a great time to unwind with drinks, with food, games, and some really great friends. The party will be held right downtown Indy Bar headquarters, starting at 4:30 p.m., ending around 7:30 p.m. We're going to have cornhole. We're going to have Pop-A-Shot. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's only $15 a ticket. We're going to have a raffle to benefit the Indianapolis Bar Foundation. Everything benefits the Indianapolis Bar Foundation. The whole event does. So come out, $15 a ticket. That's the cost of like a couple Starbucks. That's nothing. Okay. Come out, join us, have a great time. And hopefully you enter the raffle. You can win some Indiana Fever Suite Passes to the game on May 30th, 2025. And this is a very special week here in Indianapolis because it's race week. And race week all week long is filled with parties, with concerts, with all kinds of things going on out at the track. There's always something going on every single day leading up to the race. And it all comes to a head at the race on race day, which will be Sunday. And race day is also a very special day because it is, frankly, it's called the greatest spectacle in racing, and it is rightfully won that name. So I can tell you, having been there, that if you haven't been, you must go and you must experience the Indianapolis 500 on race day, ideally in the infield, because that's how you get the full experience. And if you really want to party, you can go over to the Snake Pit. It's a great time and something everyone has to do. So have you ever, Emmanuel, you ever been to race day? You have? You grew up out there, didn't you?
Oh
Yeah. So you know how special it is, especially for us people that live here in Indianapolis. So I remember this weekend, many years ago, you have to park really far away usually on race day, unless you're in, staying overnight usually. And so we were walking back to the car, but the walk is usually so far and it's so long that the ladies that were with us, they had to go to the bathroom. So we stopped by a house along the way. It was someone selling barbecue in their front yard. So, we bought some barbecue. We went outside. Jesus, hold on. Let's pause it. So I was trying to tell a story before I started choking on air. Anyways, the story was that, anyone that's been to race day knows you have to park far away on race day if you want to go to the race. So we were walking back to the cars, and it's such a long walk. The girls had to go, the ladies we were with, they had to go to the bathroom. So we stopped by this house. They were selling barbecue in their front yard. So we bought some burgers and hot dogs and things and hung out with them, talked to them for a little bit. The girls went to the restroom, and one of the people that lived there recognized me. And we were trying to figure out where she recognized me from. And as it turns out, I had represented her son when I was a public defender. So she remembers me from back when I was a PD representing, people in Marion County. And I just thought to myself, what a small world. But anything can happen at the race, seriously. And in this episode, we bring back one of my favorite guests, and the episode and some of the highlights that I did with Jimmie McMillian out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. If you watch the YouTube video, you'll be able to see some of the behind the scenes footage of the track when Jimmie drove us around the track. It was such an awesome experience. And it was really just a once in a lifetime experience to drive around like that. So here are some of the more unforgettable moments and clips from my conversation at the track with my friend Jimmie McMillian of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Welcome, everyone, to Circle City Conversations. Thank you for joining me for our conversation today. Thank you to our sponsor, Limontes. Today is a very, very special day at Circle City Conversations because we are here off-site at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway with my friend Jimmie McMillian.
It's so glad to have you here. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmie. Jimmie, thank you so much for hosting us here at this amazing location and allowing us to come here and share your space with us and share a good conversation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Alex, and thanks for coming and appreciate it. And hope you all will come back in May as it approaches, and our first race of the season in March is this weekend in St. Pete, so it's an exciting time around here.
Nice, yeah, and for everyone listening, if you have not been to the 500, you need to go.
Yes, you absolutely. It's something you can't get or understand on TV. You got to come here. You got to experience it. And I promise you, it's a bucket list item for a lot of folks. But I've never heard of anybody who said they came and had a bad time. It's an amazing experience.
So I read an article recently about you, and you called this the world's greatest racetrack. Yes. So why? Why do you think that?
Oh, it absolutely is. We're the largest single-day sporting event in the world. It's our history. It's our traditions.
Yeah.
It's the way that the community, not just the state of Indiana, but it's the way that the United States has embraced this race on Memorial Day weekend, which is what we're known for. You go to places and you're from Indiana, they say, oh, Indy 500.
Yeah.
It's the pre-race ceremony. It's the recognition of our veterans. It's the way the technology and the growth and everything that people can come here and see that you can't see at any other place in the world. Our friends at F1, God bless them. Many of them are openly scared to do what our 33 drivers do on Memorial Day weekend, which is race on an oval at 200 speeds of over 200 some miles per hour. And it's not something that everybody can do.
No.
It's families, people who are proud that for 60 races or 70 races, they've never missed a race.
Right.
It's the Snake Pit, one of the largest.
That's what I would.
Now, one of the largest and most popular EDM concerts in the world, a party that goes on from the time the gates open to the time they close. And that new young fan that's coming through, it's our day, citywide cut day, where, folks say, hey, the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, let's take the day off and we're all going to the track. And, in the name of Molson Coors, we're going to enjoy a beer together.
Yeah.
So those are all the things that make it great. And I think, selfishly, me being in the position I am is going to be a part of that and opening the doors for others.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we create, through Miles Rowe, our driver, Kristen Wheaton, who's our African-American head of HR, Louisa Macer, who is our head of community engagement. This place becomes symbolic of what America really is in every single possible way. Opportunity, growth, the best of talent, all coming together for something that we all love, that we celebrate under the American flag and a flyover that will move you every time, that day hits. And so all of those things make this the greatest spectacle in racing and the greatest racetrack in the world.
The track conference.
Yeah.
Tell me, you were the chair of that. Tell me a little bit more about that.
It is a conference dedicated to the racing industry. And so we have not only attorneys, but we have track owners and others who come. And we cover, all the topics that come up that are new in law. It was actually one of the pathways that got me here. Really? When I was at Barnes, I got involved in the track conference before I even had racing attorney clients. Another piece of advice that I give folks is if you have a passion for something, there is probably a conference that is created for it. Get involved in that conference, start going, gives you a chance to shake hands, meet people, develop relationships, and track did that for me.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Speedway. I want to talk a little bit more about some of the plans that we've got. So I remember I saw George Clinton here years ago.
Yes.
It was awesome. I loved it. What, this is May. That's the big thing in Indy. So,
every day out here, practice day is outstanding and has grown to where, You have companies and businesses who are out here almost every day.
Wow.
Hosting suites, hosting events, having conferences, engaging. The business that goes on here. It's one of those things that I try to talk to professionals about is when your boss or your supervisor says, do you want to come to the track with me? You got to say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're missing out on an opportunity to spend time with them when they're happy.
Right.
You're missing out on an opportunity to build those relationships and networks. One of the things I commonly talk to my mentors about is you're going to get to a point where it's assumed that you know how to do your substantive area of the work.
Correct.
People almost won't even talk to you about it. They're just going to say you're a lawyer and they're going to keep moving.
Yeah.
What they want to know is, do they like you?
Yep.
Do they like you? Do they want to spend time with you? Are you somebody that they want to develop a relationship with? And if you reject them in things like coming to the track, which is part of the fabric of this state,
Correct.
you may not ever have that opportunity again to spend 4 or 5 hours just sitting in the stands, walking, talking, learning in any other way, shape, or form. Your relationships can't just be office-based, right? Now, that's not to say that some of those same supervisors shouldn't come to you and be with you in your spaces and places.
Mm-hmm.
But this place is a place where business is conducted as much as anything else. And, people go to the Pacers suite and they go to the coach and they're sitting there. I've got friends who are like, I never get invited to the coach suite. Well, you never will be. Those tickets are hard to get.
Oh, yeah.
We have 280,000 seats in the grandstands. And so, yes, it is more frequent to get invited here. It's amazing how many people that don't know. I ask them, how much is a ticket to the Indy 500? And they come up with numbers like $1,000, $1,500. And I say, you do realize that you can get a general admission ticket for $30.
Yeah.
Kids 15 and under are free. You can bring in your own food, your own beverages, as long as it's not in glass. Bring in your own alcohol. This is the cheapest sports ticket in town.
Yep.
And there are literally folks who have grown up here with their kids, paying thousands of dollars, more than they can ever afford, to go to the Pacers and the Colts, but haven't been here because they don't realize how affordable it is and how easy it is to come here.
Yeah.
And so, come early.
Right.
Come be a part of it. Come see it. I promise you'll become a family tradition.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And as someone, I can tell you, as someone from Florida originally, did not grow up in Indy or in Indiana, I've never seen anything like it. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, and thanks everyone for listening to Circle City Conversations podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more future conversations.